I'm going to do a brief overview of the new Paradise system. There's a post that showed up on Reddit with the summary. I took some notes yesterday too after we watched through Stoops' VOD on the Earl. If you want to see some gameplay, he's got that on his main channel as well today on 7/17. The Stoops Earl one is on 7/16. Now, what's Paradise? Paradise is a new system coming into Lost Ark. We've done the roadmaps on it. We've gotten some teasers on it. Now it's released in China. We're going to be getting our patch notes on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. And then it looks pretty cool. So let's talk about the 3 different layers. There's Alissian, Crucible, and Hell. I don't think it's called Trial in our version, right? I thought it was called Crucible. So this is based off of CN. Things could be different. So keep that in mind while we go through this. Do not hold your breath and expect everything you hear and see here to be exact. All right, so the current season in CN is 4 months. Character, gear, accessories, bracelet, ability stones, engravings, cards, card passive, gems, arc passives, elixirs, transcendence, attribute potions, skill runes, pets. Basically everything doesn't work in there except for your skills and skill tripods. So you may need to come up with a build that works better without any of those things, like old school Lost Ark. And then all damage to boss level monsters are omnidirectional. So when you're pushing the second one, the Trial, as it's called here, it's going to be omnidirectional. It's a really cool thing there. There's also some bosses in the third mode called Hell while you're descending. All right, let's talk about Alissian first. Alissian is 5 entries per character per week. It's like Chaos Dungeon or like a wave thing with a little boss at the end of it. This is your main source of powering up, so it caps you weekly on this. CN does have a way to get extra tickets through cube tickets. I don't know if we're going to get that, right? So, or no, that's extra keys. Ignore that. Erase your memory 5 seconds. All right, unlocked by completing trials. Need to complete stage 1 to enter stage 2. So you kind of go down the list, and then weekly, more versions unlock. As we were watching Stoops, and basically it's like there's gray rarities, there are green, blue, relic, and legendary, what are they called? Noble Phantasms, I think is what they're called. And then you take those materials, equip them whenever it has an up arrow, and then you need to dismantle ones you're not using and use that to upgrade the slot. And that's just the slot upgrades, not the piece you put in it. So no matter what is in that gets that increase, which is pretty cool. Drops trial tickets and relics. So relics are those little pieces you equip. Trial tickets are for the second part, which is the boss killing, 1v1 boss. Has +1 tickets from Paradise currency, 250 character bound, 1k roster bound, obtained through exchanging relic shards from dismantling. Has +1 tickets from certain trial stage rewards. So it sounds like you can earn an extra ticket periodically and use it on the other side. I'm not at the hell point yet, but we can talk about that when I get there. So the next up would be trial. Basically unlimited entry. This you can pay an extra 100k per entry silver. It's a boss fight 1v1 and you have like HP thresholds. I think it's like every 20% you unlock a little like one-time reward throughout the season of killing that boss. And then when you finish that boss, you can go into the next boss. Each stage is a one-time. Yeah, that's what I was talked about. Weekly and final leaderboard is top 1, 2 to 10, 11 to 30, 31 to 100, and then so on and so forth down the line. Now, what does that leaderboard give you? It gives you keys at the end of each week and then a seasonal reward at the bottom, right? So that's pretty cool. It's going to be fun. That means if you're a brand new or returning player, you can hop and have a chance at being at the top of a leaderboard without having to be like super far into the game. And that's fun. That's fun for like casual players to have something to do without having to spend infinite or time or money in that sense. Final leaderboard, only relevant for the last week of the season. Unlocks deeper Alissian stages, which is the first part here. So if you go in and kill boss 1, it unlocks a deeper floor of Alissian. So basically while you're going through this, you want to get some gear by doing 1 or 2 of them. Do the first boss, go back and do the next floor here on the left over in Alissian. Go do the next boss here and do the next floor in Alissian, and so on and so forth throughout the week. 3 available at start, then 1 stage unlocks every week. Consumables are unavailable. That means you can't potion, guys. So you actually have to dodge maneuvers and play smart. There is an orb, I think, that has healing effect on it that you can use to also heal yourself. 2 damage one. One is AoE, one is single target. That scale with your combat power. Your week 1 ranking will heavily depend on your RNG on getting high rarity resonance gear. So like basically week by week, you have every time you open a box, it has a chance of getting higher level gear. Like the default's gray and then blue gear and then or green gear, then blue gear, then purple gear, then relic gear, whatever it is. Pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Once you get legendary plus though, they start to get these like affixes on them that give you additional like procs and passives and things like that. So if you week 1 get a crazy legendary thing, it can really help you like pop off. Hell mode is the final mode. This is from the keys that we're getting from trials weekly and otherwise, and also exchange if they're going to be in our version. We don't know yet. Again, this is all based off of CN notes. We don't know what we have until we get our patch notes. Can be boss or chaos, entered with keys blue, purple, or yellow. Now the key rarity changes how you descend and increases. So basically it randoms 1 to 20, and that's how many floors you go down up to a maximum of 100. So if you high roll 20 every time, you're going to hit floor 100. Or if you get like a special altar, that's going to increase your descent numbers, things like that. But the key is like a multiplier of like your levels and your rarity going across. So keys drop from trial rewards, trial leaderboards, and cube exchange. We don't know if we're getting cube exchange. Probably will, but we'll see. Cube ticket exchange is blue 2, purple is 3, yellow is 5. That's cube tickets. So turning in 5 cube tickets gets you a legendary key, for example. And then right now it's only the first unlock in CN. So we'll see what we get in our version on Tuesday coming up here. Better keys guarantee more drops. There's a minimum and maximum depth to each key rarity, but still very RNG. Deeper equals better reward. So when you jump, it actually has an animation of your character falling. If you get the longer animation, that's pretty cool. That means you're going deeper into the shaft. Sometimes you get the +1 chest options during the run. Default is 3 options. So that's the thing at the end of the run when you've used up all your descents. Each time you hop, you kill a couple bosses, get a shrine, or get some mobs. And then at the very bottom, you get up 3 chests, up to 4 chests. RNG box at the end, different rewards to pick from. That's gold, fusion, leaps, bracelet, stones. And then there's also some more like items and things. That's what we're over here on the right hand of my screen. We're going to go through that after we finish up this here. All mats gold are character bound on CN server, can only pick 1 box though. Supposedly there are jackpots. So that's just saying, I think there's a way to tier up the box. We'll look at this in a second. That's going to give us some indication there. But some pretty cool and juicy rewards from 1580 up and 1640 up for the 2 different key era types right now. Now gearing obtained randomly through the Alissian, which is the far left one, 5 a week. Rarity from normal to ancient. As you go deeper, it's going to increase your odds of getting the better gear, and also the higher gear you use. Basically, the way it works is in order to upgrade something through gray, you're dismantling grays. To upgrade through the green, you have to dismantle greens. Through the blue, you dismantle blues. It gives you a blue like currency used to upgrade further. And that's for upgrading those set slots the slots I was talking about. 6 slots each can be upgraded to +15. Basically, each level that's giving you like plus crit, plus health, minus cooldowns, minus T cooldowns, and things like that. Each slot has an attribute progression when honed. Yep. Dismantle relics for shards. Yep, we said that. Shards can be exchanged into orbs, which is kind of what we were talking about here. So basically, if you advance your main or other characters enough, you can start dismantling those for orbs. Those orbs can be used to buy additional entries for your other characters and things like that to catch them up. Shards are used to hone. No other currency, gold, silver needed. So this is a standalone system. It doesn't touch your silver or gold. You're just earning this currency, using this currency. Everything is self-contained and isolated. That's really cool. So anyone can do it at any point in the game. Higher rarity accessories can dismantle resonance shards for improving resonance. When honing, there's a % chance to succeed and no failure penalty. I heard there's a way for it to go backwards in one of the notes, but maybe that was a translation error on the sheet. But yeah, get lucky week 1. And then it gives you an overall combat score. That overall combat score, what gives you your power indicator, and also scales up your other things. Upgrading honing applies to slot. Yep, we talked about that. Once you're a +9, you can improve the resonance effect of the relic in the slot. Cool. There are 6 resonance attributes affecting different aspects of the on-proc ability. And then not only are there 6 resonance attributes, but there's 3 different versions of the same thing. So it's like 18 total, if I remember right. When honing resonance, you can either win +1 or in 2 different attributes, or lose -1 to single attribute. That may be what we're talking about here. That might have been the -1 I was thinking of. Now the orb is a seasonal reward. It powers up as your paradise score goes up and increases the power of your orb in all content, including like your regular raids. Every completing stage trial 3, I think 7 and 10 give you the orb. 3 different orbs, and you complete all 10 trials to get them all. Scaling on them is pretty god-awful outside of paradise for now. So we'll see what it actually does outside of paradise, but it does give you something. All right, recommended day 1. Start by buying 2 trial tickets in the raid vendor. So to beat the boss or come close to it, even a support should be able to reach the 16% breakpoint. Using the T scale twice. You can equip, hone up the relics, try to beat the boss again if you haven't. Finish Alissian 1, and then you go back to the Alissian stage after you finish the boss. Unlock further, get more gear, kill the boss, unlock further. You kind of go back and forth. There will be 3 +1 Alissian tickets at the end of Trial 1. If you got good relics from RNG, you can consider using them to push leaderboard. Otherwise, it's probably better to save it for higher Alissian stages later on. So again, this is all from the CN version. We're going to get our patch notes on Tuesday, coming up here the 22nd. All right, what's next? So on the right here, this is the full list of Paradise Hell rewards. Also, Wait Adorable. Thank you for typing that up. I have a version myself, but yours had more detail. And then we got Mr. Mullins, the GOAT, right here. Our Ooh King. We like that guy. Clappies to the Ooh team. They always help us out. And here they are giving us some data here. Took some time to grab the Chinese Lost Ark build. And he said something about mining, maybe like from Zoolander. The rewards for all hell floors. Rewards increase every 10 floors. There's 11 different reward types. You're able to choose between 3 or 4 depending on whether you got a lucky room or not. Roll chances for all rewards types are the same. 9% chance to roll an individual one, which means that if you're looking for one specific chest type, you'll see them every 3 to 4 runs. So that's saying if you're looking for only fusion, you have a 9% chance because of all the different options it can be. So the available reward types are normal honing materials, red, which is red and blue stones, leap stones, fusion materials, shards, honing juice materials, bound gold, accessory chests, silver, bracelet chests, free quality taps, and these are I think are the weighted ones, right? And then circulated leap stones, like the free taps. And so here we go. Here are the rewards per 10 levels. Let's start with the bottom level, like if you're a noob. And I'm assuming this is the 1580 variant we're looking at here. He doesn't specify here. Leap stones 45, fusion 60, shards 8k, lava glacier. No, this is the higher one than if it has lava and glacier, right? Cool. Gold 3200, number of chests 10, silver 500k, number of bracelet chests 4. Going all the way down to 100, red blue 35/105, 1600 leap stones, 2000 abydos, 260k shards. That's crazy, man. 190 to 150 or 570 the glacier and lava breaths, and then 96k gold, 320 accessory chest, 20 million silver. Like, what is this, man? And then 120 bracelet chests. This is a lot of juice going from like the minimum to the top. The chances of you staying here are very low, right? That would mean you roll a 1 multiple times in a row. I think it's like 5 or 6 rolls you get, right? 5 or something like that. So this is an insane amount of materials. Let's say you have average luck. Let's look at that. 5k, 15k of red and blue, 240 leap stones, 300 fusions, which is still incredible. 40k shards, 3090 lava juicers like breaths, and then 16k gold, 50 accessory chests or 20 bracelet chests, and 3 million silver. So again, really cool stuff. You can do this on every character. We're assuming most of this is character bound. We don't know for sure in our version yet. But yeah, I mean, comes in 23rd, hype as hell, super fun, super excited. Yeah. All right. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. We're leaving. We're out of here.